Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for being here. My name is Andrew, coming to you from the beautiful Carolinas. Today's topic is going to be the best kept secret. It's your silence. Think about that for a minute. Everyone, if you like the content, please like, subscribe, and share. So, night video tonight. I hope you guys all enjoy it. Your silence is something I speak of frequently on the channel because your silence is empowering. It is what you need to learn to utilize during the relationship sometimes, but specifically post-narcissistic relationship, because your silence was something that was weaponized against you when you were in the relationship. Remember, you were trained and groomed and trapped into being silenced. Now, post-narcissistic relationship, your silence is a huge secret. It is a massive tool that you can utilize to help yourself. And now here's an example. Let's say that you are in the relationship and you're looking to develop an exit plan. Well, are you going to tell the narcissist everything that you're considering doing? No, you are not. See, that is your silence. You are now keeping things a secret. You are now using the exit plan that you are developing, and you don't need to share anything with the narcissist. When you were in the narcissistic relationship, what the narcissist was banking on were a few things. One, you oversharing information. You doing whatever they wanted you to do, when they wanted you to do it, and with whom they wanted you to do it. 3, that you would never figure out who they were. And 4, that you would not look behind the mask and understand that everything you shared with the narcissist about your hopes, dreams, aspirations, your past, your present, and your future, it was all weaponized against you. Every single word. It went into the mind of the narcissist like a steel trap. And they kept that locked away to use and weaponize against you at a later date. That is why post-narcissistic relationship, you need to understand the best kept secret is your silence. It is not giving the narcissist any supply. It is not revealing what your plans are or what you're doing. The truth of the matter, post-narcissistic relationship, there is one path, and that path is a path to abundance, to doors opening up for you, to your energy returning, to you healing, to your strength returning, your mental clarity returning, your finances returning, your social circle being rebuilt. And what it is it's going no contact, blocking the narcissist, deleting them, removing all flying monkeys and people associated with them, because those people did not serve you when you were in the relationship with the narcissist. Were they there at the barbecues and the get-togethers and everything? Of course they were. But did they have your best interest at heart? I'm certain they didn't. Think about how many people checked in on you or knocked on your door when you got discarded. If there was anybody, I would be amazed. I would be astonished. But if there were, then most likely that person had your best interest at heart and they were wanting to hear your side of the story. Or maybe they were just there to offer support. Who knows? But back then, you didn't know what you know now. You did not have the wisdom. You didn't acquire the tools on the narcissistic abusive cycle. And when you were in the relationship with the narcissist, you were sharing and you were oversharing and you were jubilant and you were excited about getting promotions and excited about going on vacation and excited about being in love and offering your love to not only the narcissist, but extended family members and people and friends and acquaintances and neighbors and everybody. But the narcissist looked at your emotions as weak, as pathetic, as sad. They looked at anything that made you you, and they wanted to take it away from you. And you were silenced when you were in the relationship. Think about it. Many times when you would be in the relationship, you would be having a great day. And this was, let's say the narcissist was at work, and you were at work, or maybe you had the day off, who knows, but you were doing yourself. You were being you. And you had a great day, and you could laugh and maybe shed a tear watching a movie or whatever you were doing. But again, this is when you were with the narcissist in the past. Then the narcissist would come home and they would see you having too much fun and maybe laughing a little too much. And what would happen? Well, they would throw a monkey wrench in that. Like, why are you laughing? That movie's not good. What are you talking about? You should be doing the dishes. You should be cleaning. Aren't there bills to be paid? Did you put the gas in the car? What's going on about this weekend? They would pepper you with all these questions because they didn't want you to be stable. They didn't want you to be you. And you were silenced back then. So now, post-narcissistic relationship, one of the best kept secrets post-narcissistic relationship is your silence, because you no longer overshare information with anybody. Even some of your closest family members, by now you must have figured out that they didn't have your best interest at heart. Yeah, maybe you guys share the same blood because you have the same parents, but at the end of the day, think about how close you are with your immediate family members or even some of your extended family members. Do you guys get together frequently? Do you contact each other and actually want the best for each other? Maybe you do, but I will tell you, if you're being authentic and honest with yourself, you will find out, and you should discover this, that many of the friends that you do have, if you do have stable and healthy friends these days, they are people that clicked with you, they resonated with you. They are not your immediate blood. Now, I'm not saying that your immediate blood family members don't care about you. I'm saying that many times it's quite the opposite. They're envious of you. They're jealous of you. They don't want you to be the beautiful, bright, shining light that you are. And that, again, we're going to go backwards to the narcissist. That's what the narcissist saw in you. Not only did they see you as a beautiful, bright, shining light, a person full of empathy and love, and a person that was giving to a fault, perhaps, maybe even a people pleaser, maybe a person that didn't have boundaries, certainly a person that did not know their worth and their value, and they wanted to capture you and your beautiful, bright, shining light and your energy. And they accomplished this for the length of the relationship. And one, they figured out that they had taken as much from you as they possibly could, and that they had silenced you, and you didn't have a voice any longer, and you became an extension of them, and you became their errand person, the person that pays their bills and puts a roof over their head and pays for everything left, right, and center. And when your health was taking a hit and your social circle was becoming decimated because the narcissist was driving wedges between you and everything and or anything that mattered to you, that's when they found your replacement. That's when they found, i.e. the new supply. And that person, the new supply, they believed that they just hit the lottery. They just won the lottery, and that they just entered the best relationship on the planet. Truth is, it's nothing like what they think it is. The new supply is one of a few people. One, they are a toxic person themselves. Two, they're a recycled person. Yes, that's what the new supply could be too. It could be a past relationship, but they're just the new supply. And those people haven't healed. Or three, they're an unsuspecting person like you are. And when you are the unsuspecting person, and you don't know what narcissism is, and you believe that this person is the yin to your yang, or the person that completes you, or where has this person been my whole life? I can't believe our stories are so similar, like we should be together. When you believe that, and that's when you're falling for the mask, and that's when the narcissist knows what they're about to do to you. They're about to have you enter a relationship, next level with them. Maybe you're falling in love with them. Maybe you moved in with them. Maybe you had kids or planning to have kids with them. Maybe you started a business. Maybe you put the mortgage or the house under their name, but you're paying the bills. When you did any and or all of these things, the narcissist knew that they had you. That's when they laid off of the fake empathy, the fake love, the fake kindness, the fake caring, and that's when they placed you in the devaluation stage, or the narcissistic fog, where you're trying to crawl your way back to that love bomb euphoric stage, but you never could quite get there. And the reason why is because it was all fake. The relationship was built on a house of cards. It was built on quicksand. It was not sustainable. And you kept on speaking to the narcissist back then when you were trapped in the narcissistic fog, and you would be saying things like, wait, I didn't sign up for this. What's going on? Can't we talk about the relationship? What you've changed? What is this? You're not even in the house any longer. You're staying at late work. You're staying later at work these days. You're not even coming home. Now you're disappearing on weekends, hanging out with this new group of friends and things like this. And you were telling the narcissist these things because the narcissist was watching you squirm in that relationship. They were watching you, and they were smirking at you, and they were getting their supply, their eyes filled with the big beach ball like blackness of their swelling of their pupils, because they were watching your life implode, and they were watching everything happen. And they had a they first-handedly administered the smear campaign and devastation and manipulation to you, because they did not have your best interest at heart. They didn't have it then, they don't have it now, and they won't have it in the future. That is why one of the best kept secrets is your silence, because when you were in the relationship, you were doing everything, explaining everything. You were trying to get on the same ground as the narcissist, meaning you were trying to have them understand where your perspective was, but they didn't want to hear it. They didn't want to hear how toxic their behavior was. They didn't want to hear that they had faults. They didn't want to hear that they had flaws. That's why so frequently they would blame shift you or gaslight you or throw a rage fit on you. And when you would say something like, wait a minute, my whole life I've never had concerns or issues to this level with anybody. Not with my parents, not with my siblings, not with my former lovers, not with my friends, not with my colleagues, not with anybody. But you are the one person that keeps on twisting the narrative, and you're the one that I keep on having friction with. This is when you would be talking to the narcissist. But again, you didn't know that the narcissist was a narcissist. So essentially you'd be calling them out. And when that would happen, they would be changing the topic or blaming you, or saying, I don't know what you're talking about, you're so weak, get over yourself, I knew I shouldn't have married you, your mom told me I shouldn't have gotten involved with you, do you know how many people want to be with me, you're so lucky that I even spend time with you. They would say things like this, or go see a therapist, or you need help, or you're so insecure, or look at yourself, you're so pitiful. They would say things like that. And then what would happen there? When you heard those day after day, week after week, month after month, it's like death by 1,000 paper cuts, and that is on purpose, because the narcissist does not want you to have a voice. But you kept on telling the narcissist what you were thinking. You kept on thinking the narcissist would change. You kept on believing in the mask. You kept on believing that, yes, out of 30 days in a month, maybe you'll get 2 or 3 days of a relatively stable or healthy relationship. But the other 27 days or 28 days, they would be topsy-turvy. It was like Bizarro World. What was up was down, was left was right, what was in was out. And this was all by design, because the narcissist was slowly bleeding you dry of your resources, which included your time, money, energy, effort, love, empathy, your health, your status, your social circle, your tangible assets, everything they're trying to take from you. Now, again, does every narcissist do this? No, they don't. But the certain people that have the narcissistic tendencies that are on the spectrum, these people, if you experience a relationship with somebody like that, drop comments below, pay it forward, help the community out, help understand what your experience is, what they were, and share it with the community. What I'm mentioning to you here is the best kept secret is your silence. It's because post-narcissistic relationship, you will find a few things. One, if you were discarded, you're going to find there's a huge void that needs to be filled, and it can't be filled by the narcissist, because the narcissist can't and won't give you closure. They can't introspect, and they actually want you reeling. They don't want you healing. They don't want you moving forward. They don't want you discovering who they are. They don't want to be authentic or genuine. They just slither away in the middle of the night onto the new supply. That is one. The next thing is, after that void is filled, and I can't tell you how long it will take, but it will take time. It will take a lot of time, but in your time, you will process things, because you're on the channel and you've already found the needle in a haystack, which is the narcissistic abusive cycle, the awareness for it. But after that, you're going to realize that your network of friends has imploded. Your social circle has completely blown up, and no one's going to check in on you. I've mentioned that a lot recently in videos, but that's true. The third thing you're going to realize is you're going to have to go down the rabbit hole of exploration on the narcissistic abusive cycle. Learn the glossary, the terms, the definitions, figure out why and how you stayed in this relationship, how the narcissist manipulated you into falling in love with them perhaps, or putting a roof over their head, or paying tuition, whatever they did. And then the next thing you're going to realize is boundaries. Boundaries are imperative. You need to have boundaries post-narcissistic relationship. If you had boundaries before you met the narcissist, you probably would have had a lesser chance of encountering the narcissist, although if that narcissist did not run across your path, another one would have. So this is why I'm mentioning in this part of the video that post-narcissistic relationship, we need to have boundaries in place. And these boundaries are not flexible. They're not, well, I'll have this boundary for that person, but this person is super attractive, so I won't for that person. No, these boundaries are all across the board for everybody, no matter how old you are, or young you are, or what your ethnicity is, or skin color, or intellect. Or the boundary is a boundary, and it needs to be implemented as soon as you get the wisdom, because the narcissist will come at you in all shapes and sizes. They're an energy shapeshifter. They're a dark energy force, again, lower than your shoe, and they know it, and you know it. And the whole point is, these people entered your life to teach you a lesson. It wasn't a lesson you were prepared to learn. It wasn't a lesson that you necessarily wanted to learn, but you can't change the past. You certainly can't live in the future. You cannot predict the future. I mean, you need to live in the present moment, and you need to practice radical acceptance and understand that that relationship that almost took you down for the count, it didn't. You are still here. You're learning, you're growing, you're teaching, you're becoming awakened and aware, educated and empowered. And one of the best kept secrets post-narcissistic relationship, for those of us who have risen through the ashes like a phoenix and come through the other side and have entered the third version of ourselves, the strongest, most galvanized version of ourselves known to humankind, is that our silence is the key. Nobody, and I mean nobody, should know information about you that you are not willing to share. Nobody, and I mean nobody, should know about your bank account, your past relationships, the familiar relationships you had, or anything, unless you want to share it with those people. So, example, let's say that you've healed and you're at that pinnacle of indifference, the mountaintop of indifference, and you've conquered the narcissistic abusive cycle. You put yourself back together, you're starting new, fresh, and you are really, your energy has completely returned, and you're in a great spot. And then you want to enter a romantic relationship or a friendship. Well, if these friendships or romantic relationship, if they're moving quicker than usual, red flag, you need to pay attention to it. Next thing is if this person is saying, hey, just let me move in with you for a couple weeks till I get on my feet, well, you really need to consider what's going to go on there. Is that few weeks going to turn into a few months? And the next thing you know, you're living with a parasite again, and you have to kick them out or call the authorities to get them off your property. See, the narcissist is an energy vampire. They will come at you from any different angle. They will play the victim. They will come at you from a position of authority. They'll come at you as vulnerable. They can come at you as any way possible, and it's up to you to discern who you want to let into your life, and more importantly, who you do not want to have enter your life. This is the path. This is why the best kept secret post-narcissistic relationship, it's your silence. You do not owe anybody an explanation. You do not have to share information with anybody just because they ask you. You do not have to be available just because somebody wants to call you up on Saturday night at 9 o'clock and consume your evening and have you be the sounding board for them. You do not owe anybody anything other than yourself. And what you owe yourself is peace, calmness, serenity, silence, abundance, and growth. And you need to offer yourself one thing that is extremely important. You need to know that you went through that relationship because there was no other way. And now you need to take the lifelong learning lessons from that relationship and apply them to present day. So you do not want anyone to ever guilt you into doing things you don't want to do, or having you pay for their way, or because you can do something doesn't mean you should do something. Please play that part of the message again. The narcissist is everywhere. You now understand that. You know it. What you need to do is understand the best kept secret is your silence. Get small, get off the radar, and if you want to enter a relationship, go for it, do it, but have boundaries in place. Boundaries are imperative. If you don't have boundaries and you don't know your worth or your value, specifically post-narcissistic relationship, then it's on you. If you enter another relationship and it's a challenging or toxic one, then you didn't apply the tools. And my hope is you are applying the tools, and you have gone no contact, blocked these people, deleted them, removed all flying monkeys and people associated with them. That's the path. If you can't do that, become dull and boring and utilize gray rock, but get off the radar of the narcissist. So everyone, that's the video. I hope you liked it. I loved doing it from the beautiful Carolinas. This is Andrew. Namaste. Have a great afternoon, evening, and morning. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. It's kind of loud. I love you guys. Bye.